What?
I'm a little out of my element, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. Just using this, what's essentially a third-party GameCube classic controller.
A licensed third party.
Yes, it is. It is licensed.
It's a licensed
It is a
third-party
licensed third
controller.
party, but it's a GameCube controller that it's technically a classic controller, as the Wii just demonstrated right there.
Yes.
If it was true GameCube, the game would have recognized it as GameCube, but that's not the case. But
No.
either way, I'm hoping I can put on a good show for you guys today, as we're starting one of my favorite Sonic games of all time. It is
and
Sonic
that really
Colors
did
for the
help
win.
bring Sonic back in a way.
Yeah, it really did. And as I give Elliot the cue to turn the game audio down on the laptop because it's kind of loud right now, he's not sure what to do. Yeah, this is Sonic Colors for the Nintendo Wii, folks. And yeah, after when Unleashed made the rounds, everyone pretty much had the same consensus, at least back then, was that the game would be better if the Werehog wasn't a part of the equation. So
Sonic team
Sega,
did
Sonic
something
and
once.
Sonic Team and Sega, actually taking feedback in for once, decided to give us a fun, if a little short, romp with just daytime stages, basically.
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
all
It
right.
is one of the more 2D entries. It is a very simple entry, in my opinion. Go looking back, but I don't care. I still love this game. It helped get Sonic back on his feet after Unleashed kind of set the foundation. And, after this, we would get Generations. And this was around the time of, the second Renaissance period, really, for Sonic.
Third, I guess.
No, let's say second. No, okay, again, because technically, because the
Between-
adventure games were beloved when they
Yes.
came out. Okay, that's
But
true.
we're talking like
Adventure 1 being better.
That's not the point.
we're talking between Genesis, the end of the Genesis, and the gray period between that and the start of the Dreamcast.
Yeah,
system.
which to be fair was only 2 games, I think.
Yeah.
Spinball and 3D Blast.
Yeah.
No, but Sonic Colors was released. Oh my God, this game's gonna be 10 years old next year.
Shit.
It was released in 2010, and oh my God, I'm already crying to the music. I love
music's
this.
phenomenal.
The game soundtrack is fan-fucking-tastic. And I have put a lot of time into this. Just to demonstrate real quick before I hit new game, I'm going to go show you my old save file. That's 46 minutes. I put all the time over there. No, I have my original save file. I've had this since day one. Has close to 40 hours of game time into it, and I've put a lot of time into this. That said, I have not played Sonic Colors in a long time, because normally if I'm going back to the boost formula for Sonic, it's Generations. But I think Generations is the better game.
Yeah.
But that said, I still love Colors. I'm going to play Colors. I'm going to try to have fun with Colors.
Do you read me?
Yes, I do read you, Tails, old buddy, old pal.
Click.
Yeah, good turn. Nah, let's okay, that's fine. Can you hear me or not?
I can't get radio coverage in space.
Sonic! Sonic!
Pizza Chat, no, you can hear me.
Sonic, do you want coleslaw?
I never took Sonic to be a coleslaw man. No, but yeah, let me talk about something right here. This is something that immediately caught me off guard when I played this game for the first time. You hit new game, and as
just
if you were
puts
playing
you right
Sonic
in.
2,
You're going-
you go right into the game.
Or Sonic 1.
You know, yeah, Sonic 1 or Sonic 2. Like when that first
Sonic
happened,
3.
I was
Sonic
like,
3,
no,
no,
Sonic
no.
3 had the Angel Island cutscene.
Oh, that's true. That's
You know,
true.
but like playing this game for the first time, just to hit new game, immediately go into the game itself, I was like, oh, what the shit? No, I was expecting like a 6-minute cinematic.
A 6-minute cinematic where they forget their protagonist is a cartoon rat.
Hey, he's not a rat; he's a hedgehog.
This is kind of weird, though. This is like, you
looks
hit
really
new
good.
game, boom, right in.
It's weird for you, but back in our day, he did that.
Those were the days. But as of now, we're in Tropical Resort, the first world of
You all
Sonic
may be
Colors.
noticing the capsules worth driving right
Yes.
past. We'll get to them later, but ultimately they're your wisp power-ups, which do have some degree of replay value in a way, in the sense of, hey, guess what you're going to be doing now when you have this power-up,
when you get back here.
if you remember to get back there.
No, there's incentive, the red rings, which actually mean something in this game. I think this is the game to introduce them, actually.
Yeah,
so-
it's this or Sonic 4? What's Sonic?
No, Sonic 4 Episode 2 had red rings to
You
collect.
should have first one did it too? Did the first one have them too?
What,
No.
episode 1? No, episode 1 did not have red rings.
Sorry.
Episode 2 did have them. I believe Sonic Colors was the first game to have red rings, and in this game, they unlock stages for the multiplayer segment, which we'll be showing off last when we're finished the game.
Oh, yeah.
And when you finish those multiplayer stages, you get a Chaos Emerald. And you get all 7 Chaos Emeralds, you unlock Supersonic for gameplay. He's not locked behind it. There's no Supersonic final boss in this game, just to jump
Yeah.
ahead, way ahead here. There's no Supersonic final boss. Supersonic is back to his glorified power-up days, starting with Sonic Colors, but you need to get all the red rings for that. I will not be collecting all the red rings for this one because I have my save file. We can show off the multiplayer stages that way.
Right.
So we got you covered for this one. Don't worry about that.
And already on to Act 2.
Yeah. Every world in Sonic Colors has about 5 stages with a boss. And
some of the stages can range anywhere between like a minute to 3 minutes, depending on.
a minute, 3 minutes if it's really long. Most of the time it's kind of bite-sized.
Right.
Like, I think Act 4 of Tropical Resorts is like 20 seconds long if you know what you're doing.
Right. Which really does give a nice feel to Sonic as to pick up the play mentality for this game.
Yeah. Matt, what was your first experience with Colors?
When I got on the day it came out, I actually got it
okay.
myself, and I enjoyed it. I beat it. I really liked what I did, but like you, I haven't gone back to play it since.
Yeah, again, I am revisiting with Generations for Boost Formula because I think that game is just the epitome of Boost Formula in 3D.
But I love
done
Colors'
right.
writing too to boot.
Yeah,
Like we'll get to it later, but once the story starts kicking in, you can tell they had a really good time with a lot of
This
stuff.
was the first game to bring in the modern day writers as we know now, and though their current outings are very hit.
Bad.
And yeah, okay. Let's remove our pretense. Bad. The color story is it's simple and it's that's what it needs to be. In this day and age, when Sonic was very unsure of himself, is doing his very insecure phase, he needed something like this. And I feel the writers, whoever they got for this one, I think they've written Happy Tree Friends. It's those two. They got those guys for that, and that's fine. Shout out to this red ring, by the way. It's a fucking dickheaded placement at the end of the stage. So they got those two guys down. Again, I'm blanking on the names. Elliot, you got a perfectly good phone right there.
So do I. But I don't know what I'm looking
So
for.
if you could look up the name of the writers right there.
1 sec.
You know, the Sonic Color story is overall very. Well, we're gonna get this. We're gonna get our first cutscenes relatively soon. I think after the stage, actually.
The writers were Ken Pontac and Warren Graff.
Yeah, there we go.
You said Ken, I almost had a heart attack like Ken Penders wrote this?
Good God forbid. I'll say now that the best part of the story is Eggman.
Oh, absolutely.
You know.
Oh yeah, this is also the next game with the newer voice actors as well.
Yeah, this is the first game where Roger Craig Smith voices Sonic the Hedgehog. He's been voicing Sonic since.
Yep.
The voice of Tails, I want to say, did change
Yeah.
after this game and Generations. I want to say, because I think it's someone else now.
I think so. It is too. I
Yeah.
think it is
Wait.
too.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the same one.
You got a perfectly good phone.
I know. But,
Alan, I can't believe we're saying this now, but how's
no,
that
but,
phone,
no,
by the
but
way?
I'm like also like looking up the writers as well, seeing what else they did.
Yeah.
Ken Pontac.
Rope
Said,
porn.
apparently, one of his notable works is actually that show Reboot.
Really?
Really?
Oh, it's the Canadian
Yeah.
CGI show. Okay.
And let me see Sonic Colors.
But yeah, this was the debut of Roger Craig Smith as Sonic, and he has been voicing him
And
since.
Eggman somehow got the funding, time, and manpower to build all this.
It's Eggman.
Yeah.
I guess Badniks build other Badniks. Eventually, it's just like kind of perpetual motion
Badnik
device.
making
Yeah,
device.
yeah, basically. Okay, but on the topic of that, because I think we really didn't have a chance to like bring this up as conversation in previous Sonic LPs that we've done. What do you guys think of Roger Craig Smith as Sonic?
I like him.
He's good.
You know.
He fits the cocky role just fine.
Like,
I wish I had more to say, but there's not much I can really add to it. He's cocky, confident.
like I
he
do.
has,
it
what,
was,
goes,
like-
he has what goes into the Sonic
It
formula
was.
very well.
It was a little. Admittedly, it was a little strange for me because
You played this right after Resident Evil 5, also.
it's not even that. 2010, when the game came out, the last two games with Jason Griffith, the former voice of Sonic, was Unleashed and Black Knight. And those are the games that I thought Jason Griffith really hit his stride as Sonic the Hedgehog. And I feel that, again, I don't know how voice actor unions and all that sort of thing work, but I feel like he might have been yanked away too soon to really hit like the perfect
Or he
Sonic
moved
role.
on.
Or he wasn't asked back, or he didn't make the audition, because voice actors will tell you repeatedly again and
Yeah.
again they have to re-audition for the roles if they want new blood or something like that.
Right.
You know, I'm surprised Mike Pollock has lasted as long as he did, but you know, at this point in time, he is pretty much the voice of Dr. Eggman. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Well,
have
then
it
again,
any other
eventually
way.
that's going to give away at some point. I mean, let's be honest. We got to deal with the fact that George Newbern won't be Sephiroth in the 7 remake, which I'm still going to fucking get
I
day one.
suppose so.
Well,
Which I'm still going to get that game day one, no fucking line.
the voice of the voice of Tails for Colors.
Yeah.
She's been the voice of Tails since Sonic Free Riders.
Since Free Riders. Okay.
Yeah.
2006?
2010.
2010. That's right. The Free Riders came out around that year.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting it because Sonic's multi-platformer.
Because those games are bad.
Like, yeah, she's been
How
voiced.
about dongs?
Kate Higgins has been voicing Tails since then.
Since then. Okay, so it's the same person.
Yeah.
Dick butt.
Yeah, we're going to name it as a dick butt here. The fuck's the T?
Well, wait.
I wish there was a dick butt icon.
Oh, we can make one right here. Look, I don't know how they got away with that.
Right?
Yeah. Just give it the shrug. It's dick butt.
Okay,
What
wait.
else do you want
No,
me to
I'm
say?
wrong. I'm wrong. It's she. The new voice actress for Tails is Colleen O'Shaughnessy.
Okay, I thought
Shaughnessy.
it changed. Yeah, I thought it changed. I had a feeling it changed. All right, so that cutscene has unlocked the power of the, I think it's the cyan color wisp.
Cyan wisp.
It's basically,
The
I
laser.
would say cyan. It's the laser. And basically, it's exactly what it sounds like. You load up on it, and you zoom out in a straight line depending on when you're aiming. And so Sonic Colors does something a little weird with the Unleash mechanics. As you can
Sound
see
good?
right now, as you can see right there, you have a little notification on the bottom of the screen that let you know that this is a zigzagging section.
Right.
In Unleash, you just kind of went into these
Blind.
like all willy-nilly. All right, so this is the thing oh, there's a red ring, by the way, in case you needed to know where it was at. Sonic Colors decides to divide those segments clear cut so that you know, okay, in this section, I need to zigzag. In this section, I need to drift.
That's a wee bit much in terms of hand-holding, but I don't mind.
That's what I feel the same way, Matt. It's like, I feel you didn't really need that. I figure if
Yeah.
I got something heading my way, and don't get me wrong, Unleashed did the same thing. You know, when it was time to zigzag around obstacles, you got the left and right bumper props.
When it was time to zigzag around the obstacles, you got Warehog.
Yeah.
Then again,
I guess we're all doomed.
then again, nowadays we have Sonic games where they actually put signs telling you, "Oh, this is a pitfall."
That I don't mind too much.
No, I don't mind that. And you can always turn those off if you always find that
Right.
patronizing, you know?
Kind of is.
Yeah, but still, it's just looking out for the kids, the demographic for this series, if we have to remind ourselves.
That's what's a 35-year-old.
And I'm speaking as someone who, in his heyday, like maybe 10, 12 years ago, would forget about that. You know, it's like at the end of the day, no matter what I say about the Sonic series, they are always going to be kids' games. I'm still a fan because, you know, obviously I've been there since the early 90s.
I feel like you saying that's gonna upset some Sonic fans.
What?
think
What, that
you
I've
can
been there
upset a Sonic fan.
since the early 90s?
No, that in the end they are kids games.
They are.
They are.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. They're
Yeah.
kids games. I'm sorry to say it. They're kids games.
No, they are. Like I'm
You
agreeing
know,
with
the
you.
only game that was deliberately designed for an older audience was Shadow the Hedgehog, and
Yeah, look how
blew
that
up
turned
and
out.
that blew up in its fucking face.
Which
Royally.
I'm still looking up the current voice actress for Tails.
Right.
It's kind of funny. She jumped from being Charmy to Tails.
She promoted. That or nobody was. It's either she
nobody took
promoted
the
or
role.
Sonic Team looked at Charmy and went, yes, this character's going nowhere.
Like she was voicing Tails since Rise of Lyric, actually. And
Okay, now this is a little weird for me. In this game, Sonic has a double jump for no fucking reason. Not complaining for mind you. I'm just a little bewildered as to why he suddenly has that.
I wouldn't care.
I
Low
wouldn't care
gravity?
because it's good for
Low gravity?
platforming. Not for so much for low gravity, but good for correcting your jumps and platforming. You know, sometimes if you undershoot or if you overshoot, which both happen to me on occasion with the high-speed platformers such as Sonic the Hedgehog, I'm very appreciative of the double jump giving me a means to correct myself. Well, that's kind of the reason why I like double jumps in general, really.
yeah.
You know, and yeah, when you get your final ranking, if you attack the ranking, you can get extra lives. The higher the rank, the more extra lives you can get. So if you get an S rank, the best ranking of this game,
And there's
you
44
can,
of them.
You can get at least 3 extra lives. And yeah, the game does tally your S ranks and red rings in the stage.
Which is cool.
I've never gotten all S ranks in this game.
I haven't either, but like I said, Colors was a good experience, but it was also a one and done experience.
Oh,
You know,
fucking BAB. It's such a bad.
No, it has to go in order BBA. Buh.
I hope you get an S in this, and it's Babs.
I wish I know Babs or a UI ranking. It's sus. Oh, this dude. This guy drops bombs and rings if you manage to score a hit on him.
Yeah, but he's an asshole.
He's an asshole because he follows with the entire stage.
He's an asshole.
a fucking prick.
So if you don't have a boost, if you don't have any booster boots, you will do an air dash in the air, which in itself is actually pretty helpful because it can help. Help you make the jump that you couldn't just make. You know. And see,
And
there you go, and there's yeah.
And that's it. Yeah.
There you go.
That's all you gotta do. Yeah.
Now this is a complaint that I will say has the most ground to stand on for Sonic Colors. That at some stages are just too short.
The point where they shouldn't be there.
It's more for Tropical Resort. I'm not too bummed out about it because Tropical Resort, for all intents and purposes, is the tutorial world.
Right.
You know, it's supposed to help you ingrain yourself with the game's mechanics if you never played a Sonic game before in your life, let alone boost formula Sonic the Hedgehog, which I always felt had a steeper learning curve than just your run-of-the-mill Sonic game. Yeah, the Phrasmus is added capacitor, maximizer, modulanizer, and the.
You don't know what you're saying, do you?
Yeah.
No.
I'm trying to make myself seem smart.
Or gal, or whatever you are.
By the by, Bloodstain trivia. The gray wisp monsters look like some of the first fiends you fight in the game.
Oh my god, killing wisps.
Well, they're more like writhing octopus tentacles, but the shape is really similar.
Oh, okay.
Damn this guy. Did you go somewhere?
Didn't you see? I absorbed those aliens and got powered up with, like, some kind of wild energy.
Oh man.
You
He's
ate
on-
the aliens?
He's on drugs again.
I
You just seen it. Fucking.
Sonic, that's just a chili dog.
He takes one fucking snort.
fucking lasers into the restroom.
no, if anything, he takes one snort of speed and actually slows down.
Right into the one vein he has.
Yeah, look at those noodle limbs.
Hey, Sonic, what's under the gloves? Eldritch Horror. Okay.
That's why we don't see them. We don't also see his feet either.
Baby C. Oh, well.
Back.
Like, this isn't really going to be like an S-run rank, as Johnny said. It's just going to be, here's your experience to the game, exposure to the game. You guys do better.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you guys can. But if you want me to play at my peak performance in a Let's Play, fuck out of here. It's gonna let go of the D-pad. That should be fine. Ooh! Can we call a mulligan on that, please?
Mulligan.
Why the hell did I bounce that way?
That's a fantastic question. I thought, with all due respect.
Man, fuck this planet. I'm gonna go elsewhere.
With all due respect to you, Johnny, I too reasonably expect that when I launch a shot where the line goes, I think I'm following the line path.
There we go. That's what it should have happened.
When you connect the dots, but then you just decide to draw outside the lines.
Oh, you're a cheater.
I've actually seen a lot of fan art like that where they take comic book drawings and then and then turn it into like a horror story kind of thing.
Yeah, it's with coloring books, I think, mostly.
Right. It's fucking funny though.
It is. It's great. I also remember this game was on the DS as well.
When you
Yes,
hit
it was.
when you hit the diamonds, they reflect, right?
Yes, they reflect off.
Alright.
I mean, it's a set path. If you manage to hit one, you'll get corrected, and you'll go on the set path where they have for you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the game is generous enough with that. But yeah, Elliot, to answer your question, this game did also get a DS release, and it's quite a different game actually. To me, it's also the best of
It's a puzzle platformer.
yeah. To which I don't think Sonic has enough.
Like I kind of like imagine the DS version to kind of play like Rush.
It is the third Rush game.
Okay.
And to me, it is the best Rush game because there are a lot of things about the. Launch up here first. Okay, there we go.
Nice.
All right.
Good shot.
Okay. Sonic Colors on the DS it's basically the third Rush game. And it has a lot of quality of life updates, I feel, from the other Rush games that just make it the better experience. One, it has a homing attack worth a damn. I think that's probably the best reason. And to me, for a strictly 2D adventure, which I know Colors on the Wii already kind of is, for the most part, it can do more with the color powers, in my opinion.
You also have the bounce.
The bounce bracelet sort of attack, I believe.
Yeah.
And the DS version has two other wisps that this version does not have, which is Burst, which is basically a space jump with explosions, and Void, which just sucks up all the coins. But before we call it apart here, before we finish up Tropical Resort, we're going to call it apart here. We'll see you guys next time
For the end of
with
Tropical
the
Resort.
end of actually LA. No, we're actually going to go a little further because it's just the boss.
Oh, okay.
Act 6 is the boss.
Okay, then.
So we might as well just.
So I guess this
actually,
means
no, it's
nothing to
not.
me anymore.
Actually, no, it's not. I'm lying. We're ending it right here. You guys are not going to see Act 6. What do you mean? Look it up yourself.
You want to see the next part? By the time this goes up,
Fucking
it's
fund the Patreon.
Here's the next part. Damn it!
next part's gonna be on the left side. That's when it actually goes up, and on the right side there's gonna be another playlist for another LP, which you can also watch, old or new, either way. We'll see you guys next time.